So I saw this video today on Facebook and I was like, nah, can't be. Can't be. And then I thought, no, well, let me just go and check this out. So it says here, how much wind does a wind turbine need? Okay, this is on PBS's website. And I thought, okay, I'll go and have a look and get my facts straight, as straight as I can. And this is only initial. I haven't really gone on to any kind of scientific kind of pages or anything like that. It talks about how wind turbines work and da-da-da-da-da. Then it says here, ironically, many industrial scale wind turbines require an electric kickstart to begin turning. An electric kickstart? That's what overcomes the inertia of getting the blades to start turning. I didn't know that. Producing power. You might think that once the blades are turning, electricity is being generated, but that's not quite true, because the blades aren't turning fast enough. Oh, what? Now they got to be turning fast enough. The blades are connected to a shaft that turns at between 30 to 60 rotations per minute. The shaft then connects to a gearbox that increases the rotation speed from 1,000 to 1,800 rotations per minute, which is the speed required by most generators to produce electricity. Wow, really? That's interesting. I didn't know any of that. So are we saying that in periods of drought in New Zealand, we could be using coal to kickstart renewable energy sources? I mean, that is just ironic in itself. But it gets better, folks. So listen to this lady now on Facebook, and I was just shocked. You might have seen it, but it's very short. So have a listen, because it absolutely shocked me.
We're still in Fremantle. Who do we have here?
Alex Nicol.
Alex, now you used to work for the federal government.
I did, yeah, for 7 years.
Doing what?
I was policy advisor for a Liberal Party senator.
Okay. And you were saying about you working with the windmills?
Yeah, so the area that I was working in was renewable energy. And basically, it was my job to uncover a lot of the stuff that was going on with the Renewable Energy Act, which was put in 2002 under the Howard government. So that was the Liberal Party put the act in place, and I was looking at the mess that it had created. And what a lot of people don't understand is that the Renewable Energy Act creates a subsidy environment where if you build wind turbines, you're paid between $600,000 and $900,000 per turbine per year as a subsidy alone.
Well, if it's on your property.
No. So what happens is the wind company comes in and leases, they pay a lease to the farmer to build the wind turbines, and that in effect makes sure that the farmer is still liable for the turbine.
Okay.
And they pay a lease of $12,000 a year, usually, and the company gets paid between $600,000 and $900,000 per turbine per year.
So they pay $12,000 to the farmer, but they get $600,000
Exactly.
per turbine.
Yeah.
This is a big incentive to put in turbines.
Yeah, and the landowner takes the liability for the turbine.
So he gets $12,000 a year, but if anything happens to it, he's got to fix it, or she's got to fix it.
Yeah, when they catch on fire,
Yeah.
they're responsible for their neighbours' properties going up in smoke. That kind of thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And effectively that money, the subsidy that's getting paid to the wind farms, is reaming $40 billion a year out of the Australian economy.
Whew.
And it's paid by everyone, every pensioner, householder, schools, hospitals, everyone. It's not just out of your tax, it comes out of your power bill.
Oh my gosh.
Is this why power bills are going up?
Yeah. That's why
So
power
our
bills.
power bills are going up to pay for wind turbines that don't work.
Exactly.
And why don't they work?
So they don't work because, for a start, they draw power off the grid, so they have to have coal-fired power in order to turn. They're not windmills, they're turbines. And essentially...
Sorry, what do you mean? The power to turn. So when we see them turning, that's not the wind, that's the power generator turning.
essentially. They have to draw power off the grid, so they have to draw coal-fired power off the grid in order to turn. And what happens when the wind picks up, they do actually start to create electricity of their own, but that electricity is so intermittent and unreliable, when it gets back to the grid, it has to be balanced on the grid, which you can't do. And like with your coal-fired power station, you can't ramp your coal-fired power stations up and down. So the coal-fired power station stays at the same level because it takes 24 to 48 hours for them to get up to heat anyway, and they just let off steam as the wind comes onto the grid. So there's absolutely nothing about them that works apart from reaming that amount of money out of the Australian economy, and it's going offshore.
That money's going offshore.
So I watched this and I'm like, nah, there's something wrong here. It can't be. $600,000 to $900,000 per turbine being paid, which goes offshore, and that's coming out of pensioners' pockets and beneficiaries, everybody that pays a power bill. This is freaking shocking. Now, please, if there's anybody that can debunk what this lady has said, please, by all means, share with us your knowledge.